We're halfway through 2023, and the housing market experts have changed their forecast again.
Again.
So, what are they saying now? Well, it seems like every day it's a new story. And now that we're midway through this year, what is happening now and what's going to happen down the road for the rest of 2023? So, let me just start out by saying if you're here to find like the doom and gloom and you're waiting for that market to crash, you may not find that answer here. I'm just telling you right off the bat. But if you want the real information, you want your dose of real estate reality, stick around. I'm going to get into this right now, so let's get started. I'm just going to jump right into this today. This is an article from USA Today. The title is the housing market going to crash? What experts say about the possibility in 2023? I think you all know where I'm going with this one. So it goes on to say here, there is little debate that the U.S. housing market is cooling down after home values rose at a frenzied pace during the pandemic. For the first time in 131 months, home prices fell year over year in February, ending the longest price growth streak. The median existing home sales price in April slipped 1.7% from 1 year ago to $388,800. I just want to pause for a second here. That's the median sale price in this country, just shy of $400,000. What? This is just out of control how high these prices have come up. Okay, I digress. Let's move on. Meanwhile, elevated mortgage rates, which have doubled since early last year, have constrained homebuyers' purchasing power. Instability in the banking sector, headlines about layoffs, and growing recession risks are also causing prospective homebuyers to hold back. So, does this mean a housing crash could be on the horizon? Housing experts don't believe that to be the case. Despite the uncertainty in the economy and the housing market right now, there is little to suggest that the housing market is poised for a crash. This is coming from Bright MLS chief economist Lisa Sturdivant. For a plunge in home prices like we saw in 2008, for example, we would need demand to pull back dramatically and or supply to increase significantly. Now, I have been saying this. There is no inventory. This is why the market is not crashing, and it probably will not. And the demand is still strong, as it goes on to say here, strong housing demand. While housing prices have dropped slightly year over year since February, a lack of inventory and a strong jobs market have contributed to the stubbornly high home prices despite much higher mortgage rates. The housing market cannot compare to last year's intense spring home buying market. However, there's a strong demand for housing. In the last month, 1/3 of homes sold above the listed price, and the typical home received 3 offers. Now, I can tell you still in some markets, especially here in New Jersey, I talk about New Jersey all the time because, I work here. New Jersey's still seeing a lot of bidding wars, a lot of multiple offers still to this day. It's not changing. Now, the article goes on to say properties typically remained on the market for 22 days in April, down from 29 days in March, but up from 17 days in April of 2022. 73% of homes sold in April were on the market for less than a month, according to the National Association of Realtors. Now, let's talk about that limited housing inventory. Inventory for the first quarter averaged 1,630,000 listings at any given time, down 40% from the first quarter of 2019, a year before the onset of COVID-19 pandemic. This is according to the National Association of Realtors. There has been a limited supply of 85% of mortgage holders are locked into sub 5% mortgage interest rates, which discourages current homeowners from selling their home and buying another at today's elevated interest rates. Total housing inventory registered at the end of April was 1.04 million units, up 7% from March and 1% from a year ago, 1.03 million. Unsold inventory sits at 2.9 months supply at the current sales pace, up from 2.6 months in March and 2.2 months in April. Supply is still very, very low, which would keep home prices from collapsing even if we saw a downturn in demand. Now, here's a positive, though, about new homes, new home sales, and builder confidence. Builder confidence in the market for newly built single-family homes in May rose 5 points to 450, according to the National Association of Home Builders. This marks the fifth straight month that builder confidence has increased and is the first time that sentiment levels have reached the midpoint mark of 50 since July 2022. Scores over 50 indicate that builders view market conditions as good rather than fair or poor. The inventory of new houses for sale at the end of April stood at 433,000, which represents a supply of 7.6 months at the current sales rate. The median sales price of new single-family homes in April declined to $420,800 from a median price of $455,800 in March. The median home price in April of 2022 was $458,200. New home prices have adjusted lower due to high interest rates despite a post-COVID 38% increase for construction costs. This is from the chief economist for the National Association of Home Builders, Robert Dietz. New home prices were down 8% year over year in April. That will likely be the end of the price adjustment. Now, it also goes on here, just talking about the market in general, stronger underwriting standards. Experts agree that even if there's a price correction, it will not be as dire as the 2007-2009 housing crisis in terms of magnitude. In the years before 2008, mortgage lenders made subprime loans to borrowers without verified income or adequate down payments while pushing risky loan products. This time, tough loan underwriting standards are the norm, even with rock bottom interest rates. Hey, don't go any further. Are you liking this video? Because if you are, can you hit the like? And then feel free to subscribe because, this stuff's pretty important and you don't want to miss these videos. Thanks. So that's another thing contributing to the market as well, that the tighter lending restrictions that are now going on to get a mortgage because of that issue we had in 2008. So all of these factors, it's just solidifying what I've been saying from the beginning of the year and even into last year. The market will not crash. It will not. I wanted to expand a little bit on the comment regarding the National Association of Home Builders. I went and I took a look at their website and how they were saying that their confidence has grown, and here is why. They're saying limited existing inventory has placed a renewed emphasis on new construction. In addition, new home construction is taking on an increased role in the marketplace because many homeowners with loans well below current mortgage rates are electing to stay put. With limited available housing inventory, new construction will continue to be a significant part of prospective buyer searches in the quarters ahead. The housing environment is fueling cautious optimism among builders. However, they continue to face challenges in meeting the demand for new construction. Residential construction obstacles include shortages of distribution transformers, other building materials, and tightening credit conditions for the residential real estate development and construction brought on the actions by the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates. This is good news, seeing that the new construction is picking up. Wherever you're watching this from, if you're watching this from another part of the country and you're still looking to buy a house, if there are any new construction projects going on, I highly recommend looking into that, because here's the other thing with new construction. Some of these builders, these larger builders, will provide incentives like credits towards your closing costs, or they'll buy down a point on your interest rate so you have a lower interest rate on your mortgage if you use their own lender. That's a caveat to that, but it may be worth it. So think about that. Think about researching where you're going to find new construction. I know in some states there may not be many projects going on, but if you're looking to move to another state, see what new construction projects are available, because they are really ramping up. If the home builders' confidence is boosting, this is a good sign, which means they are going to continue to build. They just got to overcome some of these obstacles with getting the materials that they need to complete these homes, and also get the help that they need too. So tell me, what do you all think with the latest forecast from these experts? I mean, we kind of knew this was coming, that we've been saying this the whole time. It's not going to crash. And again, if you are into watching those other creators out there or watching the news, the headlines that the market is crashing, be careful with what you watch. Just trust me on that one. So comment below, let me know what you think. Are you seeing new construction where you live? How is the housing market out by you where you are? Has it changed much? Is it staying the same? To me, my prediction, this is going to remain stagnant for the rest of the year. People aren't selling, people aren't buying. Now the interest rates are over 7%. I think we're going to be in a state of stagnation for the rest of the year. Just my opinion. I could be wrong. We'll see come the end of the year, and we can take a look back at this and see if I was right. You want to catch some other videos about other market updates that I've done, you got to check out this list over here. You're really going to find a lot of good information in there. Thank you so much for watching me today. My name is Jackie Baker, and I will see you next time.